France is showing signs of a strategic shift, a quiet but significant move towards opening dialogue with Russia. After years of diplomatic freeze and hardline positions, Paris is now signaling that talking to Moscow may no longer be optional, but necessary. This shift became clear in late December when the Kremlin confirmed that Russian President Vladimir Putin is ready to engage in dialogue with French President Emmanuel Macron. The statement came after Macron himself said Europe should re-engage with Russia if it wants a lasting peace in Ukraine. Paris quickly responded, welcoming the signal from Moscow, but with a very clear condition. Any talks with Russia will happen in full transparency with Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky and with European allies. No Macron-Putin call is scheduled yet, but the Élysée Palace has not ruled it out, saying it will decide the best way forward in the coming days or weeks. This is a noticeable change. The last direct call between Macron and Putin happened back in July of 2025. Since then, Europe has mostly watched from the sidelines as parallel talks took place between the United States and Russia. At the same time, the European Union continues to pour money into Ukraine, including a massive €90 billion loan approved in late 2025. So why is France and now more of Europe pushing for dialogue? The answer is simple and uncomfortable. The war is stuck. Nearly 4 years into the conflict, the front lines have hardened, peace initiatives have stalled, and Europe risks being left out of negotiations that directly shape its security, its economy, and its future. Years of isolating Russia through sanctions and diplomatic freezes have not delivered the results Europe hoped for. Moscow adapted. It strengthened ties with China, with India, with the global South, and found ways around restrictions. The cost has fallen heavily on Europe. High energy prices, economic strain, defense spending pressures, and a slow erosion of Europe's global influence. For France, a nuclear power and a key EU player, the risks are even higher. Paris wants to prevent escalation, secure real guarantees for Ukraine, and preserve Europe's strategic autonomy, especially as U.S. policy shifts under President Trump, who has pushed for faster settlements that may not align with European interests. Italy has now openly joined this line of thinking. Prime Minister Giorgia Meloni said early this year that the time has come for Europe to also speak with Russia. Her warning was direct. Talking only to Ukraine limits Europe's ability to shape peace. She called for a single, unified EU special envoy to negotiate with Putin because, in her words, a divided Europe only helps Moscow. She also made clear Russia's return to the G7 is not on the table, and Italy will not send troops to Ukraine. The message from Europe is evolving. Full isolation has not ended the war and has not isolated Russia globally. Now, from Paris to Rome, there is a growing realization that dialogue, however difficult, may be the only way for Europe to reclaim influence, reduce risks, and shape what comes after the war. The door to talks is not fully open yet, but for the first time in years, Europe is no longer pretending that it doesn't exist.
Subscribe to One India and never miss an update. Download the One India app now.